Man, I can't believe this. Was but then again, yeah, I do believe what's going on right now in this country, man. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, get locked and get loaded, man. It's about to go down. I've been like telling y'all this for a long time now. It's an election year, and we still got to make it to election day. We still got October to make it through. Um, this is the second attempt on Trump's life. Um, it's only going to get worse, you know. What up, though, Brandon? It's only going to get worse, man. This is the second attempt on him. You got to ask yourself. Use use your common sense. Like, why are they so hell bent on keeping this man out of the White House? Why are they so hell bent on, him being president again? What is it that they trying to stop? If you ask me, we got the powers that be. We got the deep state, man. Kamala, they puppets. And we, as righteous people, I believe that we are losing this battle. We are. We losing it. They got control over the mainstream media, right? Who got the majority control over it is who controlling and brainwashing the people. They indoctrinating the people. And people like us, Gunfreak Nation, righteous people, who we not advocating any type of violence. We're not advocating vigilantism. We just want to be left alone. We want to keep our guns in case it be a situation where we may need to defend our lives and our families. But the same thing cannot be said about them, the left. And I'm not trying to be divisiveness, but it is what it is, man. You got to open up your eyes and see it for what it really is. And the country right now is divided. We literally have went through 3.5 years of these Democrats, this current administration, doing everything in their power to destroy this country, to destabilize this country, because this is the bigger picture is they want this to happen. This is assassination attempt number 2. They want somebody to be successful. Hell, man, I'm thinking about next time when Trump is in Michigan, Gunfreak Nation, the chapter in Michigan, we need to come together and just go there and protect the perimeter or something, because this should not be happening over and over again. We might have to, a call to arms, go there ourselves and be the perimeter to protect him. But leave it to the demonic media. We would be the extremists, right? We would be the terrorists. We would be the hate group. And we the furthest thing from a terrorist organization. We the furthest from a hate group. But that's the type of power that they have. They can make us into one the way they portray us. But The Biden-Harris administration has did everything in their power to destabilize this country. It's going to be chaos and disorder. Trust me, mark my words. The quicker the closer it get to election day, the crazier it will be. The wicked is coming out in droves, and they're gonna try to do something. I'm telling you, they're gonna try to do something to stop. If they feel that she's going to lose, I really do believe that they would do everything they can to stop the election. And the only thing that can really stop it is if we get another, shutdown, like another pandemic or some type of wildness where if martial law, some type of breakdown in the government where martial law will be called. Man, I'm telling you right now, I'm hearing, I'm getting, updated by Gunfreaknation members all over the country. And I'm telling you, a lot of what is going on right now is not being reported. You know why it's not being reported? Because they don't want you to know. Because something is brewing, and it's going to be devastating, man. That's why I'm telling you right now. Please, if you don't have a Funky Town sender, you need to invest in one now. That's even more important than the food and the water and the medicine. Because if you cannot protect it, then you basically stockpiling that for the savages that do got the guns that's going to come and just take it from you. So I'm getting reports, man. Think about this. Just think about it. You're going to leave a border wide open for 3.5 years. Millions of them illegal migrants have come and flooded into the country. You basically welcome them in here. We're gonna give you benefits. We're gonna give you all kind of assistance. We're gonna put you up in a house. Hell, man, if I was over there, I would want to come too. Who would not want that? But it's all by design. You know what I'm saying? We are being replaced. Okay. The money that should be, our tax-paying money is being taken from us. They're sending it over there to the Ukraine. Millions of it is going. I'm hearing from people in Chicago that Chicago don't spend about 300 million on the illegals there. I mean, this. When you look at it, this is unprecedented. I've never seen this country so divided and just so screwed. I'm telling you, they don't have no love for us. Anytime when you treat an illegal migrant better than your own citizens, what does that tell you? So now they don't put the propaganda machine. Like I said, the devil is in charge of the airwaves, man. The media, social media, he's in charge. And whoever got control over that got control over the masses, because a lot of people is just too naive and they blind and they don't see what's really going on. They don't see what's really going on. I'm glad you brought that up, Brandon, because like I said earlier, man, these Democrats, they stand for everything that is against spirituality, against God, is what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get too deep in it because I don't need another strike on my channel. But if you Look at the movements that they have sparked. Starting with Obama, it ain't been good. It haven't been good, man. The only thing I can tell you right now, my brothers and sisters, we got dark days ahead of us. And we got to, we trying to be the beacon. We trying to be the light to navigate through these dark times, man. But they are after us. They coming for us. They hate us. They hate what this country represents, man. They don't want us to be free. We're not free right now. We're not. But if she gets into this office and the devil is a liar and the truth ain't in her, she gonna sit up on that stage during that debate and say, I'm not trying to take your guns away. Me and Tim is gun owners. But what she not telling you is, see, she being slick. Somebody that don't know no better. Oh, well, she good then. She said she not taking away our gun. She didn't say AR-15. She probably owned one of them Amafud shotguns or a regular standard, handgun. She's coming. Believe me when I say this. She hates us. She hates the AR-15. She hates the AK-47. She hates anything that will give the government the advantage over us when they go after us. Okay? Our AR-15s and AK-47s we can put up a fight with that. But if they want to take that away from us, because at the end of the day, it don't got nothing to do with us law-abiding citizens. Savages already got AR-15s. Savages already got AK-47s. And you best believe me, when they start that mandatory gun buyback, that it won't be the criminals and the savages that's giving up their guns. It's only going to be, they're going to come after us. They coming after us. They're setting the stage. She have talked about it numerous times. Just Google it. She wants to do a mandatory gun back program. And for those who don't know what mandatory is, it means that it's mandatory. You don't have the option to say no. But I'd be damned if I fall for the okie doke. I'd be damned if I give up my guns when these savages out here got it. Now you see this idiot that tried to take Trump out. Now they said the first one, the Funky Town. I wish they could have got this one. And they say he an old ass man. He older than me. Had an AK-47 style rifle with a scope on it. Ceramic body armor. He had it on the fence as if he was gonna get in a defensive situation. If he gets shot at, the ceramic can protect him. He knew what he was doing. I'm just glad that the Secret Service was there and to stop it before, because if they would have got him, God have mercy on the United States, man. I'm telling you, we dealing with an organization, the deep state, these Marxist people. They hate us and they hate America, and they doing everything in their power to destroy this country, to destabilize us. What went on in the Middle East back in 2010 in the Middle East, when they had the Arab Spring, when everybody was, when it was the uprising and the toppling of governments, it's happening here now. It's happening here now, and people are too blind to see what's going on, man. And we got a lot of people, millions, that's voting for that. They voting for the bullshit. They voting for it. They are voting to put this woman into office, man. Like I say, the devil got control over the media, man. Who got control over the media? Got control over the people, because people are sheep. People will believe all of the ads. You know, what's so messed up? When you look at channels like CNN, and yeah, I watch it. You know what they say? Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. So I watch it, but I watch it to see through all of the bull crap, man. I see the biases. They, you know, when you got the liberal media outlets, I think I read where when you watch, you know, channels like CNN, ABC, MSNBC, 90% of the time they cover Trump is something negative. All right? It's something negative 90% of the time when they cover Trump. That's a bias right there. That's not being fair. But when they cover Kamala on their channels, 90% of it, no, I'm not going to even say 90%, 100% of it is positive. So they pushing this. They are behind what's going on. And it's all by design. If you don't have your guns, then you are useless, man. You just a future victim, a target. I'm telling you that it's about to go down. It is about to happen. They got something major, something big that's about to come our way, and we need to be braced and ready. Let's hope for the best, but be prepared for the worst. And I feel like the worst is yet to come. If they feel that this woman is not going, you know, they rigged, and I believe in everything and all my heart and soul that they rigged that last election, man. We talking about a lot of the shit was dependent on the votes in Detroit. I'm in Detroit. I know how government officials in the city of Detroit get down. They crooked as fuck. Cromie wasn't the only crooked person that was in office. I guarantee you, if we got a lot of votes for Trump, which we probably didn't in the urban city, but the votes that we did get for Trump that could have possibly helped him win, man, they threw that in the garbage, man. They threw that in the garbage. And they already setting it up where these illegal migrants can vote. Soon as they sign up for assistance, soon as they sign up for the food stamps, the cash assistance, you know, housing, they filling out forms where they can vote. I'm getting that information from my Gunfreak Nation members all across the country. So my question to you, Gunfreak Nation, what's next, man? What they gonna do next? What they gonna do next? They try to paint us as being extremists and uncompassionate. That's the furthest from the truth. We do love people, man. We love everybody that love us. We not for all of the bull crap, man. So my question is, what they gonna do next? Because we already know that the Democrats stand for, they thrive in chaos. They thrive in fear. Okay, that's what grows them. That's how they get stronger. They don't want a stable environment, a stable America. Look what happened back in 2020 during the George Floyd riots. They sat back and watched those savages destroy whole entire towns and cities by burning them down and called it a protest. But yet, they'll bring up January 6th. I had somebody in the comment in my last live talking about he can't vote for Trump because of January 6th. Man, get the hell out of here, man. Get the hell out of here. Who gives a damn? They should have had security there. He might have told them people together, but he didn't tell them to run up in there. He didn't tell them to run up in there and do that. And where was the security at? Where was the National Guard at to guard the place, man? So, but they love to bring that up as a talking point, right? But they don't bring up all of the fuck shit that they inspired, like all them fucking riots that took place back in 2020. All right? The riots that took place, but they were heroes and protesters. How you gonna be a hero and you burning down your own city? You burning down police stations. You burning down businesses. How's that heroic? And don't let me get on Portland when they took over a whole neighborhood and called it Chaz or something like that, where police were not allowed to enter. And man, let me tell you something. If you want the purge, that's the closest thing we gonna get to the purge, man. And I think we got another purge coming. Yes, for those who don't believe me, back in 2020, during the George Floyd laws, they took over a whole neighborhood in Portland and renamed it Chaz, and there was no police allowed to enter. And man, the sexual assaults, the murders, the robbery, the crime rate went skyrocketed up, man. So these are the type of people that's trying to run the country. The same rioters, the same people that took over that neighborhood in Portland. Kamala, she did a campaign, a fundraiser to get them out of jail. It makes you think, right? The same violent people, she did a campaign and raised money to get them out of jail. You see what we dealing with now? So they always talk about Trump. Let me say this, man. We did get hit with a pandemic while he was president, but I'm gonna tell you this: they talk about him. You know, if he get elected again, they like to say little stuff. Well, you can give it up; it won't be no more elections because Trump said that if he get in office, you know, you ain't got to worry about that. It's true. If he do get into office, once he do his 4 years, he cannot run for president again. But they like to take stuff and switch it. You see what I'm saying? They'll switch it around and say, well, he trying to be a dictator. You see how dirty they just play so dirty, and it's so evil that once when you wake up and you really see it for what it really is, they destroying the country. They want to get their way, and if they don't get their way, they gonna loot, they gonna riot, they gonna do everything else to destabilize this country, man. Now look what happened when Biden and Harris took control when they was in the White House. They talk about Trump, a threat towards freedom and democracy. But guess what they did? When they don't want to talk about this, but remember when Biden became, Sleepy Joe became president, it was mandatory that everybody had to wear that damn mask. It was mandatory that you had to get your ass in the house at a certain time. They're the one that took away the freedoms. They're the one that took away the options. When Trump was president, it was an option. You didn't have to wear the mask. Matter of fact, Trump didn't even wear it. He didn't even put on a mask. You know what I'm saying? So when you got the media and every day on CNN, MSNBC, oh, it was another 200,000, people deleted from this earth because of COVID-19 or whatnot. Okay, next day it's 300,000. They scaring people. So once people get scared, they follow the rules. They willing to give up some of the freedoms, man. They had it where people would lose their job if they didn't take the you-know-what. And that was mandated up under who? Sleepy Joe and Harris. So if you want to take care of your family, You had to get the you know what. All right? And I'm talking in code now because, I don't want to get hit with another strike because YouTube hates when I put the truth on y'all. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is this. Look, man. When it comes to a situation like this, you cannot put nothing past the left. They don't unleash all these illegal migrants on us. Poor the little town in Ohio, Springfield, has been overrun, man. It's been overrun by illegals, man. And I feel so bad for those people, man. They trying to help them, but it's like, imagine you stepping outside your front door and you got hundreds of illegal migrants that's in your neighborhood, and this is not, I don't hate nobody, but it's a proper way to do it. I don't hate those people, man. They don't know any better that they themselves are being used as pawns in this grand scheme right here. The government, the administration, the deep state, the elite or whatever, they don't give a damn about nobody but themselves. It's all about the power and it's all about the money. That's why you got these celebrities like the Ricky Smileys and the Steve Harveys and the Charlamagne the Gods and what's the other washed up comedian, D.L. Hughley. You got them being the gatekeeper, man. It's a dog eat dog world. We at the bottom of the barrel to them, and especially Ricky Smiley ass. Man, you need to go put your dress back on. You, like I said, you worse than the crackhead Santa Claus you played in that movie Friday, man. He actually doing interviews where he's talking about black people, talking about us. Oh, if you don't vote for Kamala, you ain't black. If you don't vote for Kamala, you ain't shit. If you don't vote for Kamala, you the worst of the worst, and y'all should be blocked block them on your social media. Oh man. Knowing that if she get into power, she not gonna do a damn thing. Democrats been blowing smoke up our asses for decades now. They got the celebrities in their pocket and they promise us this, promise us that, and at the end of the day, we don't get nothing. They take our vote for granted. They take our vote for granted, man. So miss me with that bullshit. It's time for people to wake up and see it for what it is, man. I used to be brainwashed and, oh yeah, the Democrats are for us, and if a Republican get in the White House, we in trouble. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I'm neither one of them. I'm an independent. You know what I'm saying? But at least if Trump get in, we don't have to worry about them trying to do a mandatory gun back program, which means I can have a $2,000 gun and I might get paid maybe $20 or $30 for it. You know what I'm saying? They're going to give us pennies on the dollar for it. That it is wrong. It is unconstitutional, and it's just low down and dirty. And they want to disarm us because they got some plans for us. They might be trying to load us on some trains, planes, and automobiles. I don't know. But I don't trust them. They're not to be trusted, man. They're not to be trusted. So take my advice right now, Gunfreak Nation. You need to arm up. That's the only thing that can save you is your brain, your mentality. Get your gun, get your Funky Town Center, train with it, get to the range. And I'm putting that at the top of the list. Fuck the food, water, and medicine, man. Because if you're not trained up, if you ain't got your gun, you just storing that up, stocking that up for the next savage to come up in there, for the next man to come up there with a gun, and he gonna take all your supplies and might even take your woman and take you too. So you need to have, that's number one priority, damn it. Because I tell you something, when the shit hit the fan and I want out of food, you think that I'm going to sit back and just watch my family starve to death? No, I'm going out there and I'm going to take it. Even if I have to go hunt, I'm taking it. I'm getting my food. So keep your guns and keep your ammo. Keep it. We living in some dark times, people. Some of y'all still don't get it. Like the person, and I'm not trying to call you stupid or idiot, brother, because you didn't disrespect me. You just said because of January 6th that you wasn't going to vote for Trump. What was so bad about January 6th, man? When you look at it like that, them people really, really did, believe in what they was marching for, protesting for, man. They really did, which turned out to be true. I do think that Biden stole this election, man. You see, we dealing with an entity that's so strong that Biden, I'm going to tell y'all a little secret. Biden wanted to run for president. He really did. He was forced out. They forced him out. Why do you think that picture that's circulating with Biden with the Make America mega hat on? That's a real picture. That wasn't Photoshop, man. That was not Photoshop. He really can't stand Kamala because she dethroned him. They forced him out. And I don't like Sleepy Joe, but I thank you for that super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for that super chat. What's your name? What's your name? I want to give you a shout out. Kimberly. Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you for speaking truth. Media is corrupt, misleading people, and destroying our country. President Trump proved he helps and protects all Americans. That's, you know what? Thank you, sis, for that donation. I really do. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. You are absolutely right. One thing about Trump, while a lot of people couldn't stand him, it's because he's not a traditional politician. He's a businessman, and he already had his own money, so he could not be balled out, man. We be having meetings. It's some type of secret group that have a meeting. I forget the name, the Thelberton or whatever. It's a group that I hear that got all of the power, that got all of the control, and every year they have a meeting where they convene. And they decide who will be the president. Well, they decided at one point they didn't want Trump to be the president because he didn't play by their rules. And look at everything that has happened to this guy. I'm not by no means saying he's a saint or a perfect person. He's not. You make mistakes just like everybody else. We only human. But look at everything they have tried to do to stop this guy. They hung him up, jammed him up in New York, kangaroo court. You got a prosecutor that ran and got elected off of the sole basis of saying that if you elect me to be the prosecutor, I will personally get Trump, locked up, or I'm gonna charge him for something. I'm gonna put a felony on him. He won that election and he did what he said he was going to do. So they put this man in a Democrat court, in a Democrat-run city. The court was held there in a Democrat-controlled area, a Democrat judge, Democratic jury. It's just, and then you wonder why the outcome was guilty on all 34 on all 34 counts. I'm trying to see who this was right here. So when you get that result, shout out to N1C. There have been NBA championship parties and soccer rides that were worse than January. Thank you. And also thank you for that donation. Listen, so are you shocked that he got convicted on all accounts? Look who did. It was a kangaroo court, man. And they gave that, the reason why they did that is so they can go out and say, oh, he's a felon now. He's a criminal. So we got a lot of people that's out there that's not so smart and be like, oh, he's a felon. Well, who did he unalive? What did he do to become a felon? Well, listen, allegedly, he slept with a porn star and he paid her to keep her damn mouth shut. What's the crime in that? That shouldn't even made it to court. That shouldn't even been that shouldn't even amount to being a misdemeanor, right? But you see how they politicize it. It's political prosecution, right? They went after him. It's a political witch hunt, okay? And this happened before he became president. All right, so I'm trying to point out some hypocrisy here right now, okay? So if he did that before he became president and he gave him hush money, they took one charge. Imagine it like a pizza, right? And they took one charge and they sliced that motherfucker up into 34 slices and gave it to him. That's some dirty, low down, evil, fuck shit that they did to that man. And now you got people, oh, he's a felon, and I can't even get a job at McDonald's. If I got a felony, you dumb. Ooh, trying to keep it PG. But let me tell y'all something. That shit show, the Democratic convention, I'm gonna tell y'all how I know that the Democrats is all hypocrites and on that bullshit, that fuck shit, right? I'm gonna tell y'all. How y'all gonna run ads talking about that man's personal life? It ain't none of my business where he stick his you-know-what. It don't affect my life one way or the other. All I know is that when he was in office, my living standards was a lot higher. I didn't have to pay all this inflation. I could eat me a steak sandwich at any time instead of a bologna sandwich up on the biting. And let me get back to the hypocrisy. You same motherfuckers that was at this Democratic convention, you talked about that man, said he cheated on his wife with a porn star. I mean, it happens, infidelity happens in marriages, all the time. That's one more thing. They want to put your ass up like you can't make no mistakes. But here where the fuck we come at. Y'all talk about him. Y'all say he cheated with a porn star and all that. And y'all booed him and all that, immoral and all that. But in the same breath, y'all same motherfuckers brought Bill Clinton up on that damn stage. Bill Clinton of all niggas. Bill Clinton, y'all. That nigga got his pickle sucked right there in the White House. Right there in the Oval Office. That nigga got swallowed right there in the White House. And when Bill Clinton went up on that stage, y'all treated that nigga like he was Jesus Christ. The way y'all was screaming and like the biggest rock star ever. You see the fuck shit, the hypocrisy that these Democrats do? If Donald Trump did lay up with a porn star, at least he did it on his own time. He wasn't in the White House. But yet, you got Bill Clinton, you celebrating him. So this is what I'm saying, man. What's good for them ain't good for us. You know what I'm saying? They point out January 6th, but they don't point out the George Floyd riots. They don't point out Chaz when they took over. Where was that? That, if you ask me, what went down during them George Floyd riots, business establishments, police precincts, you had motherfuckers going around talking about let's defund the police. That's the type of shit that they thrive off of. And they some sick, demonic bastards. And we need to get control back over this country. They don't did everything in they power. They don't played every trick, used every trick in their book to try to divide us. Racism, everything in their book to divide us. You know what I'm saying? Especially us black folk. All you got to do is just say racism, and we like, what? Racism? Who? Where? It's just so distracting. It's so distracting. And you're wrong. You let millions and millions of illegals. I understand the ones that lawfully came over here. But the ones that illegally came over here, and you doing more for them than you are for us, and we struggling, and we got veterans that have fought for this country living out on the streets, and you got these illegal migrants coming over here living better than them. You got in LA, you got Skid Row, you got Tent City. But yet they giving billions and billions and billions funding wars overseas. They giving hundreds of millions of dollars to these illegal migrants. Make it make sense. This got to be on purpose by design to sow all kind of chaos and all kind of fear and to destabilize this great country called America, man. And when you rise up against that machine, they're gonna try to throw you in there and grind you up. And I feel like right now we are being grind up. They don't want us. They don't love us, and they are against us. And if we don't, go by what they think that's best for us, then they will try to destroy us. She's running with a guy called Tampon Tim. This governor of Minnesota, and by the way, when all them riots and shit kicked off, he the one that didn't call the National Guard to try to put that shit down because he wanted that shit to happen, right? Now I hear that he putting tampons in little boys' laboratories at school, in the restroom, in the school's restroom. He putting tampons in the little boys' restrooms. These are the type of sick shit, demonic ass, anti-God, anti-righteous people that's trying to run the country. And right now, I feel that they have the upper hand because they got the media, they got these celebrities, they got these athletes, they all in pocket. Hell, man, when the football player in Miami got pulled over by the police, they even tried to blame that on Trump. Ain't that a bitch? When he was the one that was speeding, when he was the one that didn't cooperate with the police, when they said, nigga, let your motherfucking window down, and he let the window up. Why they ain't talking about that part? They just want to talk about the part when his ass was slammed on the ground. Well, motherfucker, if you would have complied and let your motherfucking window down, it wouldn't have got to that point, right? But you notice with these liberals, they skip over all that fuck shit, man. Same thing with George Floyd. I'm not saying he deserved for that to have happened to him. He didn't. And if you want my honest opinion about the George Floyd situation, I feel like as soon as they put them handcuffs on him, there was no need to have the knee on the back of his neck, and to be, that's just flat out wrong. So I would never condone no shit like that. Once they put them cuffs on him, they should have, put the nigga in the back of the car. That's all I'm saying. But you can't skip over the fact that it had to go from point A to point B. Point B is when they killed him. If he would have simply complied and stopped acting like a high ass nigga that's and I ain't making fun of the situation, but you can't skip over that. That's why I'm telling you, anytime when you encounter law enforcement, you don't know what type of cop that you're going to get. So you got to play that shit cool and just comply. Anytime when you be an asshole and want to hold court out in them streets, you're not going to win. It's just as simple as that. But if you say some shit like that, they're going to be like, nah, nigga, you ain't right. They killed my man George Floyd. They didn't have to do him. And you right like that. They didn't have to do him like that. But he didn't have to act like that to escalate it to that point, is what I'm trying to say. So since you don't know what type of police that you will be encountering, play that shit cool. If you get an asshole, put in your complaint and take their ass to court, and you'll live to see another day. It's called common motherfucking sense. But you got these liberals and these crazy motherfucking, like, they sheep and all that, they control. You try to show them what's really going on, they ready to fight your ass. They ready to they ready to do some violent shit. And that's why I say that the left, the deep state, the Democrats, to me, they all the same. And when them people don't get their way They on some violent type shit. They will burn a neighborhood down in no time to get their point across. They resort to violence when they don't get their way. Now, this is the second time they have tried to assassinate Trump, man. What's next? I don't know. You tell me. But it can't be nothing good, man. It cannot be nothing good. So listen, I want to thank everybody for those donations. But I love y'all. Y'all, you know, it, to be honest with you, it's really sad, man. So many people that's in the dark, that's in the blind, and they can't see what's really happening right here, right now in the United States, man. This country is so, it's been destabilized, and when she get up on that stage and be like, "We ain't going back." You're right. We don't want to go back the last 3.5 years, because the last 3.5 years have been horrible. The price of living has, you know, just went up. You know, bologna even $3 and $4 now. When Trump was president, you get a pack of bologna for maybe $1.50. You know, no lower than $2. Now that shit almost $4. I don't eat as much steak as I used to. When Trump was in office, look, gas was cheaper. Food was cheaper. We got help. You know, you got to be a blind person to think that you wasn't better off when Trump was president, you know, versus what's going on right now. So we got to listen. We got the same person that took part in this function. OT, she didn't have nothing to do with it though. She was just vice president. Biden, the one that's calling all the shots. Bullshit. Bullshit. Guess who the tiebreaker was, y'all? When we had a bill that they was trying to pass that F this country up even more, guess who broke that tie? It was Kamala. So she played a role in it too. So my thing is, how can you sit there and lie and say, yeah, it's just better days is coming. We ain't going back, you know, and all that. But you the one that helped create the country that we in right now, which is more fucked up than it's ever been. You partake in that fuckery. So you got to be a dumb motherfucker to go and vote for this bitch. You got to be a dumb motherfucker. And she did hoe around. She had an affair with a married 60-year-old mayor in San Francisco. She had an affair. That's why she don't really speak on Trump like that, because she knows she did the same fuck shit. She had an affair with a 60-year-old mayor that was married, and he ran her campaign. And when she became the prosecutor in San Francisco, she used him, right? So when she got into power, she was like, "Fuck you, I don't want your old ass." Same thing. Montel Williams, the talk show host, you know, he fucked it. So I'm telling you, Joe Biden fucked himself when he picked her, because now she's shitting on him. He really don't like her. He really can't stand her ass, man. They forced that nigga out. You know what I'm saying? So listen, get your guns, get your ammo, and be ready to protect your family. All right? I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. But I'm telling you this. Gunfreak Nation, listen. Something is going down, and it's all by design. All right? I truly believe this. And from the sources that I have, you got to remember, we got police officers. We got people that, you know, Homeland Security that's members of the Gunfreak Nation. And they pass me information all the time. This just don't, trust me, if they wanted to stop what was going on with the border, they could have have done it. They want to wait to try to do something now because it's the election year. But they don't did major damage that I don't think we could come back from. They don't did a lot of major damage to this country, man. We on the verge of a purge or a civil war or a government shutdown or breakdown and a law or whatever. And when that shit hit the fan, it's going to be a shit storm. So stay the fuck out the way. All right? But be ready to protect your life because God has given us one life. And we must protect it, okay, at all costs. God gave you common sense to go out. He said in the Bible, sell your cloak and go get you a sword. You know what I'm saying? So get you an AR-15 now. That's the only way. A good guy with a gun, a good person with a gun can stop a bad person, well, a savage with a gun. Thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate you so much. You know what I'm saying? You know, thank you for that super chat donation. Listen, that's the only way they can be put down. We got savages here. And T, why you gotta be so harsh? Why you gotta play them down as savages? That's the worst of the worst, because they are the worst of the worst. Look at cases like what's her name? Shannon Christian from, I believe it was Kentucky, that all she did was kiss her boyfriend out there on the sidewalk, and a group of savages carjacked them, and not only carjacked them, but kidnapped them, and they took that woman and her boyfriend to that dope house, and she was assaulted for 48 hours, and it just wasn't a regular assault. They took objects and inserted that into that woman. They even sexually assaulted her boyfriend. You know, so once again, thank you for that donation. I'm trying to pull it up. Thank you, Timothy. Thank you, brother, for the donation. So what I'm saying is that woman. And they sexually assaulted him. They took table legs and you know, I'm trying, you know, they brutalized them. And she spent her last breath inside of a garbage after she been tortured and all kind of devilish, demonic things was dead to her in every. It's just mind-boggling how evil people can be. And she took her last breath. She was unalived in a garbage bag, hog-tied. No, you tell me, damn it, that savages don't fucking exist. They need to be put down. You need to be armed and put them down on sight. If they try you, if somebody break up in your house and they are armed and they are not trying to leave, when you confront them, then you put them down immediately, because if you don't, they're going to put you down. And we got savages all across the country. And guess what? Biden and Harris have let millions and millions of them into the border. So you cannot tell me shit. These people are evil and they got diabolical plans against us. And we need to be armed. The only chance we got is being armed. Now, if this heifer get into office, she gonna do that, man. She gonna try to do that executive signing of a mandatory gun buyback. Why do you think she gave Australia a shout out when they outright banned guns over in Australia? And look at it now, worse than ever. Criminals took over, worse than ever. Common sense tell you that you cannot depend on the police or the government to protect you. You just cannot do it. You cannot do it. Thank you, Willie Beeman. Thank you for everybody that's in here. But listen, y'all stay savage ready. I'm about to jump off. You know, I got to go risk my life just to go do a little bit of grocery shopping. Yes, that's how bad things have got. I got to get armed up just to step out the house and go to the gas station. That's how bad it is. I love each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for keeping in touch with me, telling me what's going on in y'all cities and, you know, neighborhoods. Keep doing it. Gunfreak Nation, united we stand, divided we shall fall. But we cannot let these people force their will off on us, man. Everything that they represent is against the Bible. It's against God. It's against common sense, what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? It's just like with Kamala. She came from out of nowhere. And now she is the biggest, best thing ever. I like to say she's Michael Jackson famous. Remember back in 1982 when Thriller was out and it was like just chaos, man. They got her on that level now. The media is a motherfucker. I'm telling you. You got control over the media, you got control over the masses, man. But we ain't falling for the okie doke. We not gonna fall for it. No, we not. No, we not. And we still got our guns. We still got our guns. So all that matters is protect you and yours, and just be savage ready, because we got to get through October to get to the election. And I still feel that if she loses, it's going to be some type of civil unrest, man. It's going to be some type of civil unrest if she loses, because that side, they don't have no problems rioting. And, you know, I'm telling you, if Trump wins, they gonna be the ones that say that it was rigged. And it's going to be some civil unrest. Mark my words. Y'all be ready. And for the women of Gunfreak Nation, I salute you, because y'all so smart. Because you know what time it is. You know you're not going to let no savage get up on you and get the drop on you and violate you, because it ain't about your, you know, your valuables and your jewelry or anything. It's about you. You are the trophy. And the savage want to, you know, he want to have his way with you. They hopped up on drugs and they want to have their way, but you not going to go for it. You're going to send his dirty ass to hell, to Funky Town. And that's why I got nothing but love and respect for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you. Thank you. Listen, Gunfreak Nation, listen, y'all stay armed. Y'all stay responsible with your firearms. If you're not armed, please get armed. I prefer you get an AR-15 and some type of handgun. So when you do go out in the world, the devil try to get the drop on you, them savages, drop his ass, okay? All right? I prefer you get an AR, because as you saw in that video in Colorado, that gang of illegal immigrants, you had about 4 to 5 of them, all of them armed. One of them had an AR or some type of rifle. Trust me when I say this. Trust me. You don't want to be on the other side of that door when you got 5 or 6 savages that's well armed with rifles or whatnot, and they knocking at your door. You don't want to be on the other side of that door and you don't have a gun yourself. And even if you have a handgun, guess what? You still outgunned. That's why I say you need an AR-15 or AK-47, something with a lot of capacity. You got the precision, and you can shoot a rifle, an AR, better than you can a handgun. I'm just being honest. You're going to have that precision. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to be in a situation where you got savages outside of your door trying to gain entry, and you don't have a gun, and your heart beating 2,000, beats a minute because you panicking because you got an armed group of savages kicking in your door and you trying to call 911. Guess what? They're not gonna get there in time. But what you can do, you get that AR, you got your 30 rounds, you got your AR, and the minute them motherfuckers kick in your door, you let them have it. You send they stinking asses to Funky Town. It don't get no more simpler than that. You ain't got to have no Navy SEAL training to do that. So don't let nobody tell you. And by the way, I'll send your stinking ass to Funky Town t-shirts. Get them right now, damn it. Get them right now, all right? Get them motherfuckers. Order them motherfuckers. But anyway, what I'm saying is, it don't take common sense. So don't listen to nobody that say, what you need an AR-15 for? That's a weapon of war. That should be in the Middle East somewhere. You don't need that. It's a weapon of war. Well, guess what, goddammit? We are living in a fucking war zone right now. With all these illegal migrant gangs and the regular American savages, man. And plus, like I say, if they got it, then you must have it too. If the government don't want you to have it, then you really need it then. So anything that the government don't want you to have, then you need to get it. You need to have it because there's a reason why they don't want you to have it. And like I say, they do all that gun control bull crap. I'm gonna tell you something, man. Let me break this shit down. The only thing that gun control, there's two types of people that the gun control affect, okay? It's two types of people, two groups of people, right? It's going to affect us law-abiding citizens in a negative way because it's going to make it harder on us to attain them, to have access to them. It makes it difficult. They punish us, the law-abiding citizens. Now, the other group of people that it affect, it don't affect, and that's the savages. Those are the criminals. Those are the people that's not going to give up their guns. Some savages, they're not going to give up their AR-15s. They're not going to give up their AK-47s. I mean, committing, unaliving somebody, deleting somebody from this planet is already illegal, right? So they don't care about laws. They are criminals. They are savages. They break the laws. So when they come up with this gun control and assault weapon ban, it only put us at a disadvantage. But like I say, this is all by design. They want us begging and pleading on our knees to protect us. Like I say, they did the same routine back during COVID when they scared enough people. They was willing to give up a little bit of their freedom. Everybody was wearing a mask, including me. Everybody was wearing a mask, and everybody got their asses back in the house when they put them curfews out there. Then when Biden got in office, it was mandatory. So you cannot tell me you for freedom when you making the whole entire country telling them they got to be indoors at a certain time. They got to wear this mask. If you don't get this whatchamacallit, you gonna lose your job. It pisses me off, man. And it wouldn't surprise me if they try to do the same old song and dance all over again. It would not surprise me if they did that. You cannot put nothing past this dirty ass, demonic, whatever you want to call it, the deep state, whatever you want to call it, it's out there. And it's against us. And I'm telling you, we got to stand united against them, man. And I ain't even trying to be divisive, but it is what it is. They got their hooks in us, in American society. Just these dirty Democrats got their hooks in us, and we not falling for it, but so many of us are. And be careful. Please be careful. That's all I'm gonna say, because I feel like this is the second attempt. It's probably gonna be a third, fourth attempt. It's something big is gonna happen. Mark my words, and y'all get ready, because you ain't seen nothing yet. I love you, Gunfreak Nation. I appreciate you. Stay armed, man. You hear me? I love y'all. And for you women out there, my Gunfreak Nation sisters, I love y'all, man. Savage is really gonna be on y'all, because you are, unfortunately, criminals and savages see women as weak targets, man. And they definitely would choose you over a man. I'm just keeping it 100. But when you pull out that Funky Town sender and send his ass to Funky Town, if that bastard try you, and then another thing, if they try to get the drop on you and they got the drop on you, don't never take them back to your family. I'm talking about man and woman. Don't never take them back to your family, to your house. Don't let them take you to a second location, because it's a reason why they're trying to take you from that location. They're trying to take you somewhere where it ain't nobody around, and they can do whatever they want to do to you before they unalive you. Because you got to look at it like this: if it was a robbery and you let them get the drop on you, they're gonna get the money, and they're going to get the hell on. But if they trying to make you take them back to your house, or they trying to get you to go to another location that's secluded, that only means one thing. So you better make that your last stand, because you're gonna be unalive regardless. So at least you got a chance, a fighting chance, that you make that your last stand. That's all I'm gonna say. Because if Shannon Christian and Chris Newsom, if they would have made that their last stand, they probably would have still got unalive. But they went back to that dope house, and the things that was done to them, the torture, the sexual violence that was bestowed upon them, they didn't deserve that. They didn't deserve that to happen. These are regular people that woke up that morning and they didn't know that their life would end in such a violent, manner like that. Just like my nephew is coming up on a 1-year anniversary of my nephew being murdered. When he went to his sister birthday party, his sister, which is my niece, rented out a hall to do a cabaret style birthday, and her mistake was she didn't have security. She didn't have I didn't even know about the party, or else I would have volunteered, but she didn't have security. Any and everybody can walk up in there with their guns, and he was murdered right in front of his family. And his death affected me. So that's why I say having a gun on you, it doesn't make you invincible. It doesn't make you immune. You just got to know how to move. You got to know when to get the hell out of there. If you see a situation that can possibly be escalating, remove yourself from that situation, man. These savages ain't got nothing to lose. So they ruining the entire country, man. They ruining the whole entire country, and this current administration is the reason why. But I love you, Gunfreak Nation. Stay armed. I beg you to. If you love your family, if you love yourself, you're not going to just lay down and just be a future victim. Fight back, man, because right now, the way I see it, they winning. They got so many people in their pockets. They got the media, TV, radio, online. They all. And who gives a damn about Taylor Swift endorsing this heifer? A billionaire. Come on, man. You see the type of trickery and shit that they bestow upon us? But we see through the bullshit. We see through it. Anyway, Gunfreak Nation, I love you. I don't want to talk your ear off, but thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. And please, get armed. God, I love this country. God bless America. And God bless Gunfreak Nation. Because we love our guns. We righteous people. We don't mess with nobody, but nobody better mess with us. That's all I'm saying. Because we don't have a problem sending you. If you're trying to take my life, I'm gonna send you to Funky Town. It's just that simple. I love you, Gunfreak Nation. Salute, baby. Love y'all.